let's turn that way. Whoopsies, that's flipped round. Whoops. Transform. Stretch to no flip or flip clockwise. No, where's there? Nope. Whoopsies, other way. Counterclockwise. Twice. Well, twice again. Whatever. Where's what? I said 180 degrees. Oh well. No, to flip it that way, right? Oh, that's dumb. And then stretches the screen. Wait, where's this? There we go. Look, people. I don't know what I'm doing today in this stream. I didn't want to play. What's it called again today? I did not want to play any video games today. I was playing Birth by Sleep. What's it called? Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, and I'm like, no, I don't want it. I don't. I just don't. I just don't want it. I don't. I don't want to. I just don't want to. No, don't make. Don't make me. I don't want to. So I was just contemplating life, and I just kind of went, what am I doing? What am I doing? Am I doing something I want to be doing or should be doing? I don't know. Am I happy? I get that every so often. That's why I think I have a bit of, like, depression. A little bit. If depression can have a scale. If that's how that can work. Because, like, or I can have depression where I have depression because, like, I have these ups and downs all the time. And it's not just, like, seasonal depression where it's, like, most people get it in February or depression because something ends or, like, you're sad. No. It's, like, full-on depression randomly. And then just comes in, like, oh, So. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm sure I have, like, either ADD. I don't think I have ADHD because I don't have the hyper part. But ADD and, like, the focusing, forget it. Like, it's bad. And I think I have dyslexia. Right? Because I have all the symptoms of dyslexia, like the jumping up how to learning just is like hard to do. It's so bad. Anyway, why are we talking about me like this? I don't know. I could do anything you want me to do. Go on a website or something. No data. No data. Why is it giving me no data? There, excellent connection. Okay. Successfully reconnected. Okay. Why is that not that bad? Well, for me at least. The delay in Streamlabs. Yeah, so I have no idea what I'm doing. Don't know what to talk about. Don't know what to say. Don't know what to do. I was just like contemplating my life this morning, and I was like, am I doing what I should be doing? Or what I want to be doing? Or am I happy with what I'm doing? Am I getting anywhere in life? I was like, I don't know. So, that's just me. So, yeah. I don't know. Maybe I should record my podcast while maybe not, I don't know. While I'm doing this. So, I don't know. Maybe not. I have no idea what to do anymore. And I was thinking about, like, things, and I was thinking about stuff like, YouTube, and, like, I was thinking, like, YouTube changes people. YouTube changes people. Because you have that whole idea of, like, it doesn't matter what you do, you're like, oh, I could film that. You get that, like, idea of, oh, I could film that. Oh, it's gotta be filmed. Oh, life's gotta be filmed. Make it look good. Life's gotta be filmed, bro. Like, whoopsie. Like vloggers or just in general or video game people. It's like, oh no, I gotta do that on stream or I gotta make a video about that. I can't just enjoy life and just do something. No, there's gotta be a way to make money off of it or make, which is like, I guess the what's the word I'm looking for? Like the downside to the whole thing. It's like, well, yeah, you make money by making videos, right? And because you make videos, you need to make more videos to keep making money, right? There isn't residual somewhere. There isn't this or that, the other thing. If you don't make videos, money stops coming in. So you gotta make more videos or stream more. It's like I was watching I think Ludwig was reviewing or was like explaining how like Twitch is like crazy in the sense that like it's a full-time job to stream, and you get to the point where you're like, what am I doing? Or you get to the point where what do I do? Like, I gotta keep going because I want you to stream 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 hours a week. It's incredible. It's insane. Twitch is like, it's like mind-blowing. It's like, what? Excuse me? So you have to figure out what you gotta do. And so people start doing things like, you know, watching stuff, like watching MasterChef or watching anime. And it's like, that you can't watch that. That's not allowed. Right? But they think it's like we're just watching. It's like watching it with friends. We just watch it. It's like, no, that's copyrighted material, and you can get a DMCA strike, which is the Digital Millennium Copyright Act strike, and they can, shut your whole thing down, or shut you down for a certain amount of time, or shut you down forever. So don't do that. Bad idea. But like, what else are you supposed to do? They want you to stream so much that you can't just keep playing video games or keep. People just run out of things to do. They're like, what? Like Ludwig with his like streamathon thing where it was like he was just doing everything. Like, he never turned the camera off. Never. He left for a while and other people came in and did stuff, but he never turned that camera off for like 30. Well, it wasn't that he was doing it for a certain amount of time. It was that the thing kept going up. It was like it added time streaming based on how many subscribers he got or followers. Followers or subscribers? Or whatever the paid one is. Maybe? Yes, the paid one, yes. The one that's paid, yes. I believe. I love how he makes that whole thing and then he leaves Twitch. He does a big, huge thing for Twitch and then leaves Twitch. I wonder what prompted him to leave. I have no idea, but... What prompted him to leave, but I have no idea. But... I have no idea what prompted him to leave. But I know what prompted him to go to YouTube. He said he said the same thing to YouTube as he did to Twitch. He gave the same answer to both of them. He went, "Oh, I picked the other guy. I'm going off. Bye, whatever." And then YouTube was like, "No, stay. We want you. We really do. We'll pay you this. It's good." It felt more like natural and more like, "Oh, we actually really want you. Genuine. We want you. Like, it's good." And then Twitch was like, "Okay, bye. You've made your decision. Bye." So it's like, oh well, there you go. I'm going YouTube. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. I'm also finding a lot. I also found a lot of my old pictures from like as a kid, and it's like hits me really hard. Like, oh wow, I remember that days. Those were great days. Those were great. It was the innocent. We didn't think about anything. We didn't care as kids. Kids didn't. As a kid, you didn't care. You didn't think of anything. You just were like whimsically like, oh, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's great. You know what I mean? It's all great. You have not care in the world. You don't have to worry about anything. Yeah, it's a thing too that I think I saw a Joe Rogan podcast clip about like how kids learn easier because they have nothing else to think about, and like they don't have all the other responsibilities of like, no, I gotta remember this, I gotta remember that, I gotta remember this, gotta remember. Yeah. I'll learn that, but like I don't have time to learn that, or I don't have the motivation, or I don't know, I've got other things, I'm busy, or whatever. There's different things and more. And then with a kid, it's like, oh yeah, you can just like absorb so much because your brain just doesn't have other things bothering you about it. So it's that kind of thing too. It's like I just don't care, whimsical, like, oh, I'm so happy because like. Also, as a child, for the first maybe 10 years of your life, you're amused by like anything. It's crazy how much you're just amused by almost anything. It's like actually like crazy. I don't know about this day and age, right? But at least when I was a kid, everybody I knew was like, you could be amused by like anything. You could do all the like the simplest whimsical thing, like whimsical. I keep using that word, like simplest, like just any kind of like random little, and you're like, wow, you can be amused by a stick for hours as a kid. You can be amused by things. I liked things and I wanted things as a kid, obviously, because like every other kid. But you could have taken all those things away from me and been like, Although, like I'm gonna tell you this, I did go to my parents and say I'm bored so often as a child, and they were like, they did this like thing of like, you have stuff, go do something with it. You've got all these things I pay for, I bought you, I do this, I whatever. You can't be bored. It's not possible to be bored. You know, and it's like, yes, it is, because it's the same kind of feeling where when you're in a social situation and you're just not really either not really there, or or you just feel like you're surrounded by people, but you feel alone. It's the same kind of thing. You're surrounded by things, but you still feel bored. You're like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I don't want it, but like, now, because it wasn't an ungrateful thing either. You know, it was just I just had these moments of I'm bored. I'm bored of the stuff I have. I'm bored of things. I'm bored. You know? You know what I mean? So. Anyway. I think there's a Vsauce video about boredom. And like boredom's a good thing somehow. I don't exactly remember what the thing was about it, but it was like boredom is good or something. I don't know. Anyway. So what was I saying? Yeah, so. Yeah, so. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I'm looking at all my pictures and I'm just like, that was such an innocent time. Such a just whatever time. Such a. Also, it's like, I still did a lot. I look back and I go, I did a lot as a child. I did a lot. My parents were very good at like finding something to occupy me that was like good and like educational and healthy. It was great. You know, I had social interactions. I had things to do that were educational. I had things to do that were healthy. It was good. Also, you know, along with health, like I ate really well. We just liked fruits and vegetables. We were good that way. There was very little I didn't like as a child. I wasn't a super picky eater. That was a good thing about me, I think. My parents like brought me up in a good way. Like, no, you're gonna like vegetables. No, it wasn't a forceful way either. I don't think, at least. I don't think it was a forceful way. Not really. It was kind of like, no, you're gonna eat vegetables, and fruits and vegetables, but more of like a like build you up into like liking them rather than like forcing them down your throat. You hate them, but you're gonna force them down your throat. You know, because you need to eat them now. Because those kind of people end up just like eating really crappy as an adult or as as they grow up. You know, like, well, I hated all that. They forced me to do it, so I'm just going to eat whatever I want now because, you know, that's what I want. And it's like, and, you know, same kind of thing where like people want you like, or people get the things they didn't have as a child. Oh, well, I wasn't allowed to have all those things, so I'm going to buy them all now because my money. It's like, really, you think you should be doing that? I'm not saying it's like a horrible thing. I'm just saying like, I'm just like reevaluate. Do you think you should be having all these things? Do you think you're spending money on this stuff? I'm just saying. I'm not judging you. I'm not trying to, you know, say you're wrong. Don't do that. But because I've done a bit of that too. But no. But I'm just saying, like, think about it. Just, you know, be watching. Be careful. Yeah. I don't know what to do. I'm so in this like rut of like, what do I do with my life? Should I go do something? Should I go get a job? Should I go get a go to school? I don't know. I'm just anyway. You know. Yeah. Because I know people like that. Or they let them do whatever they wanted, and then they had a crappy like eat whatever they wanted, and they had a crappy whatever, and then they were just like not healthy. You know, healthy. I don't know. They're not like sick or anything. It's just you look at them and you go, or you like kind of know, you're like, that can't be healthy. You can't. You're gonna die early. Like you're gonna die in your like 30s, whatever. You're gonna die young. Like it's bad. It's not good. You know. Anyway, I'm not saying horrible. I'm not judging you. Again, I'm not judging you. I'm just saying, like, right? So. yeah. So I don't know. I have no idea. Also, like creatively, what do I go do? You know, when you're in a creative rut where you're like, I have no idea what to do. None. That's why. That's why. That's why I've always, as a kid, I don't know why, but always as a kid, always wanted to have a job. Cause my thing too was I always loved doing those monotonous jobs where it's just kind of like just repetitive, whatever. Because it was easy and I could just like do it. I didn't have to like, contact a lot of people and like talk with people and get involved with people and like be like, okay, well, and then have to wait for people for stuff and then have to figure out what I want to do. Like I don't even know what I want to do. So therefore, if I just do things like, I don't know, just those monotonous kind of jobs, a garbage man or like janitors or like the things where it's like it's the same every day, not the same every day. Like I don't know, you know what I mean? Like the same every day. It's whatever. It's easy. I can do it. I don't have to figure anything. I don't have to think too hard. It's a good contributing job, but it's just whatever. Like I always thought I wanted to be someone in like a factory making your like random thing like toilet paper or like tires or pens or like whatever, just because it's like it's useful, it's like people need it, but it's not super hard, it's not super like I don't have to know a lot, I don't have to have some sort of like degree in this thing to learn it, to know it. I don't have to go to school for 50 billion years. I can just go in and learn it and do it. Do it. Go in and do it. Just, So that's what I always thought. 'Cause I always hated learning. I hated learning with a passion. Or no, I hated school. Actually, you know what? No, I did hate learning. I did hate learning. And I still kind of hate learning. It's just like, because I have this like problem of like, but I just want to know how to do it. Also, it's this weird thing of like, can I just do it in like a 5 second, 5 minute, five? Can I do it in like 2 minutes? Learn the whole thing? Can I learn the whole thing in one day? Like, no. You gotta take the time. It takes time to learn. It's like, oh. Oh. Why? So that's why I was like, I'll just get a job that does whatever. That's like easy. Press a button, or like I learn one thing and then I can just do that for the rest of my life. There's nothing changes. There isn't a big changes. There isn't big this. There isn't big that. It's just very like learn the practical thing to just do the thing, do it, and then that's it. You're there for like ever. Not forever necessarily. I don't know if I'd be there forever, but you know what I mean. Like the whole time I'm in the job, I'm just doing the same kind of like thing. You never really go anywhere. You just kind of like whatever. You kind of whatever. You just kind of go. You kind of just do the same thing. You're like I don't even know what I'm saying, but yeah. Yeah, so you just kind of do. You're making whatever toilet paper, and it's not hard. You just do this, and that's you forever. People, or they say that that's the most miserable jobs. I don't know. I feel like I would love to try it at least. You know? You know? Although there aren't a lot of those kind of jobs here anymore, in North America anymore. Which is sad, because, like, we can do it. We can have it. Like, we have things. We do whatever. What's the problem? And we used to have them. A lot more of them. Well, the thing, there were factories, factory workers, and yeah, I mean they exist still, yes, but they're not nearly as prevalent anymore. Yeah. So I think I think it was Joe Rogan who talked about the fact that like men specifically, but not necessarily only men, but men hit this like hit this point or have this thing in their life where they're like, I don't even know how to explain it, because it was something to the effect of like they feel like they're just sitting in like they're just surviving. They're not doing anything that they love. They just have to do the things they have to do, and they're miserable at what they're doing. They haven't found that thing that like they love to do. They're like, this is amazing. I love this. It's just like, oh yeah. Yet they haven't found that yet, so they're like, you know. So they're miserable because men. Also, there's two things. People don't ask what about men and see if I help men or whatever, and men don't want to like express themselves or tell their feelings or all that stuff. Yeah, it's a bad thing. Because they think they're like, oh, I have to be tough, right? I have to be tough. I'm a man. I have to feel like just like bringing up. But if I'm miserable, oh, I can't show that because you're not a man, right? Which is kind of the problem that people like Andrew Tate make it out to be, where you're like an alpha male, like, wow, it's like almost like, well, you're doing something wrong. You haven't done like your manly things, your manly things. So because you haven't done your manly things, you're miserable because you haven't gone to the gym, or you haven't done this, or you haven't done the grind, and you haven't beat yourself down to get to the point that you want to be at. It's like, maybe that's not the answer per se all the time. Maybe it's not the answer. Maybe it's not the answer. I don't know. Maybe it's not the way. Maybe it's not just be miserable and you'll just not be miserable eventually. Yeah, but then you end up like you, Andrew Tate, I'm sorry, where people don't like you because you're like, you're explaining it as like a little bit of misogynistic, a little bit like beat anybody else down to get to where you want to be. A little bit of this like, well, here's the answer. This is what you do. Now, I'm not saying that, he's an awful human being. And I'm also not saying that like he's wrong. And I'm also not saying that like what he's saying doesn't work for some people. But it's not the answer for everyone. Right. Because it was Joe Rogan who talked about, and I think that's the same thing with him, and I saw a clip of somebody else too, and because Joe Rogan talked about, he's talking about, well, there's a few things I'm going to say here, but one thing was, Joe Rogan, he's talking about Alex Jones, right? And he says, sometimes Alex Jones is right. And then there was a different clip that I saw where it was like, well, there was two different clips. One was, sometimes, what was it? Oh yeah, sometimes Andrew Tate is right, but that's only because he says so much that eventually something, or you'll like him because he says so much, and you find something that you agree with him with. You're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you might not believe with everything, but there'll be something you'll find you can agree with him, and you like him because, oh well, Andrew Tate. Oh, okay. And then the other one was, you hate Andrew Tate because it's the way he says things. It's like Alex Jones, kind of the same way. He says it in this like, well, Alex Jones, no offense, sounds like an idiot when he talks sometimes. Sounds like he doesn't know what he's saying. Well, sometimes he's right, but he just sounds like he's an idiot. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying he sounds like an idiot. And Andrew Tate just like aggressively at you when he's like saying stuff like that, and I'm like, oh, no wonder people don't like you. But he says it's a psychological game. If you're confident, confidence is like a key in life, and I'm like, key thing in life. I'm like, yeah, but you want people to like you. Oh, I don't need people to like me. I just need to get where I need to get in life. It's like, yeah, but what happened to the love thing? Isn't the most important thing in life to love people? Look, as a Christian, that's like the fundamental foundation of being. If you love people, I think it says in Corinthians somewhere in the Bible. It says like a clang, like without. Yeah, I think it's Paul talking about how like as a clanging gong, like you know, without love you're just a clanging gong or a cymbal or a trumpet that just or whatever, right? You just there's like by making noise but not making music, if that makes any sense. Or like you're just whatever, like you're just there's nothing, like there's no point. You're not doing it right if you're not loving God. And then was it Augustine? St. Augustine? Maybe. One of the Catholic saints wrote a book. St. Augustus, maybe? I don't remember exactly when. I was talking, or we're having a conversation, me, my dad, and my friend, like about a month ago. Or it might have been 2 months ago at this point. Gosh. Holy crap. Yikes. No, like a month and a bit ago. Anyway. And it was something to the effect of the Bible, right? And it was talking about how he was saying, if you understand the Bible but don't understand love, or don't get the love, or don't express the love, you've done it wrong. You can misrepresent the Bible, right? Bible. But if you have the love, it's all good. Which is kind of like, but then what's the point of the Bible? Then the whole book is useless? Like, no. The point is, there's two things. If you get the love, you understand. Basically, it's if you understand Jesus died for your sins. Well, if you understand you're a sinner, right, you must repent of your sins because Jesus died for your sins and is willing to and was willing to pay the ultimate price of dying on the cross for your sins. Those are the four things. And then you go out and spread that. Done. You're good. With love. With the love of Jesus. Done. Because my church has their like motto is love Jesus, love like Jesus. Which is like, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough, yeah. So anyway. So that's what I was saying, like, so something like Andrew Tate is like, no. Because he's in the whole, like, humanistic way. Or human way of, like, living life where it's like, no, you have to just be successful. It's good, like, being successful is, like, important. It's like, is it, though? Is it, though? That's, like, the thing. If you lost it all today, right? Would you... Anyway. Would you be less of a person? Would you be a nobody? Would you be, this kind of stuff, right? So. Would you be less of a person? No, of course not. This stuff. I was also thinking, I don't know if I said this yesterday or I said it on a stream or said it to myself or thinking about it myself. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, there's so many things in life that I'm not gonna say are useless, but are like, if we didn't ever invent that, you think it would have changed our lives? Or because we invented this, does this like change anything, or does this like make lives like fundamentally better? Like, no, of course not. I made markers. Do markers in and of themselves make life better? No. Make life easier or make it like better for people to live? No, of course not. Maybe you'll from a marker you saw something someone drew and you felt inspired, or you got something, or I don't know, like you got out of a rut, or I don't know, made you happy, I don't know. There's different things from it, but like, does that inherently make it better? No. Making the joystick that's sitting next to me, I just look at a joystick. Did that like make life better for humanity? No, of course not. No, of course not. Right? No, of course not. But right, so There's like a lot of things that I was just thinking like recently while I was shoveling my snow. And I also thought about like while I was shoveling my snow, I'm like, there are people, my neighbors, I look at my neighbors sometimes, like they don't even touch their snow like ever. They only do the bare minimum of like what they need to do, and they don't care. They're like, I don't care to make it look good. I don't care to like give it enough space. They just want the bare minimum to be able to like get out and do whatever they need to do from their house. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Because my mother's like, no, you must do this, and it's just like high standards for snow. That's one thing I've learned. I've figured out. I've seen. It's like one thing she has is like very high standards. Like, no, you have to get it all off, and it has to be over. And I think to myself, because there's a few things here and there. Like she wants a nice clean bed. I'm like, that's so stupid. I'm just gonna get into it at night. And then she gives the argument, why am I feeding you again when you're just gonna have to eat again later? It's like, what? That doesn't make any sense. That's what she said before. I'm like, what are you talking about? Anyway. Yeah, so. Yeah, I mean, that's what I kind of feel with all this. So yeah, that's what I was feeling. I was like, what? I'm like, snow. Why are we getting rid of all this snow if only in the summer it's just going to melt away? Right? And we're not bothering with it. And then it's all that kind of stuff where like, 'cause I was watching Dr. Mike, and he was saying something to the effect of, when we say this will whatever, this is good for you, or this can lower things, we're not saying it's a preventative thing. It's that in the 30 years you don't have problems, right? Or in 20 years or whatever, in the future you don't have problems. Yeah, maybe now it's not hurting you. He was talking about, because he was reviewing My Strange Addictions, and it was tanning beds, and the woman goes, well, I don't have cancer yet. Well, I don't have cancer, so it's fine. I'll keep doing it. It's like, no, that is a higher risk in the future. We want you to live a long and healthy life, right? At the doctor, he's like, I want you to live a long and healthy life. And just because it won't hurt you now doesn't mean won't cause you pain in the future. It's like, well, that's future problems for future me to think about. It's like, but you don't want that to happen to future you. That's still you. You're gonna have to deal with that eventually. Right? I don't know. So yeah. So yeah. Yeah. So like movies. And then I was watching someone who was talking about, she was an adult. She had, like a OnlyFans, right? And she was talking about how, like, well, I got let this man, like, my job is really important because, from me, I mean, there's better ways of doing it. Don't need to do it through pornography, but, pornography, you don't have to get through pornography, but, I kind of saw a little bit of what she was trying to say there. It was kind of not a great way to do it, like pornography, but like because this guy has sexual tensions and he doesn't do enough with his wife, and he comes home or he doesn't have a wife. He comes home from work. He's sad. He's whatever. He lets out that sensual tension by looking at me, and then I stop someone from either killing themselves or doing bad things because he let out the whatever thing he needed to let out. It's kind of dumb, but I thought about that in the same way, like way before I saw that clip or whatever. It was like I think I thought to myself, what's the point of sports? I think I said that to my dad. What's the point of sports? And he didn't really have a great answer, to be honest. But I thought to myself, oh, okay, maybe somebody enjoys watching sports, right? So it brings them joy, so that they're not depressed, so that they are happy and can go out in life and be good and loving to everybody else. And it gives it gives them, the people, the sports, the athletes, exercise, and they're like, that's good for them, and that's, I mean, it's a little dangerous. There's risk involved, but it's just kind of like, okay, Like, it's a good thing. You're getting exercise. You're having fun. You're having fun. There's a competitive aspect. You're learning. There's a healthy competition. You know, it's good. It's good. You know. But then again, it's another one of the things though. If you got rid of sports, would that change life as we know it? Would that make life worse? Or if we never invented sports, you know? Or did sports like make life way better to live? Like, I don't think so. It's just because that's the thing. It's all the things in life that have been invented that you go, they lived like humans have been on the earth how long before these things, and we're fine, happy, healthy, loving people. So like, is I thought to myself, I think I even at one point was like, is any of this meaning anything? Why do I have any of this anywhere? But like, no. Some of it is useful. Some of it I need. Some of it's good. Some of it's whatever. Some things make things, easier. Some things make things faster, better, but like not to the point where it's like impossible to, I don't know, impossible to do the thing you were going to do without it. I don't know. It's just weird. No. So yeah, it's like that thing. Almost everything invented, though, when you think about it, almost everything doesn't need to exist. We could live good, meaningful lives just by being, like being people. Well, I want to see what that does when I do this. Does that just go to YouTube Studio live streaming and it gives me the same thing that I have here? Because I have a button here that says go to YouTube live dashboard. Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay. So yeah. Yep, that's what I think anyway about all the stuff. Would humanity collapse? Probably if we got rid of all this stuff. Well, humanity as human beings, probably not. Because there are still people in the world who, like, have good lives, healthy lives, enjoy lives, or are happy, healthy, and loving in places where, like, there's none of this stuff. There's none of this stuff, None of it. None of this stuff exists. They don't have any of it. They're in a forest. They're in a tiny hut. They're in a temple. They live in a little apartment, whatever, right? The minimalistic life, the like... Yeah. So, or just the nothing life where it's like, I don't have any of this stuff, and still. So, would humanity? No, but would the Western world fall as we see it today? Yes, probably yes. If you got rid of this stuff, because also like Jordan Peterson talked about how like it's a miracle. It's a miracle that all this it's just a miracle that humanity's created all this stuff we thought. And I'm like, wow, it is crazy too. Like, look at all this stuff. It's incredible. It's incredible the stuff that people have made, the things people have made, the things people. It's crazy. It's like mind-blowingly cool, or good, or like. You know. Yeah, I mean, hey. So yeah, I'm not saying don't make things, stop this, get rid of all the stuff in the world, whatever, blah blah yada yada. It makes things. No, because you know what also it is. You know what? Also, you know what else I think about? I think about things like when you think about the disciples, or you think about like Paul or something, right? And I go, they went around the world, they traveled, they walked, they did, they experienced the like pains and happinesses and joys and heartbreaks of the world without things or stuff or cars or planes or any of those things that make life easier, right? So it's not like we need them. It's possible. They accomplish so much with so little. It's really bizarre. Like it's strange to me. It's like what? But then I'm like, why do I? And then I go like, well, why do I want this stuff? Why do I want more things? It's again, it falls under that like category of like love of money, the root of all evil. You could indirectly love money by wanting things, where you need money to love things. So because you want that, because you need money to love things. Sorry, no, you need money to have things. Sorry, you're indirectly loving money. So you're indirectly loving money. So so, and then I look at some of the people in the world, and I'm like, you've done this or you've done that. Freak, if you can do it, I can do it. Or if you can do something, I can do something. Like so. Because my one thing is it was getting done with driving. I don't have a license yet, but I have a learner's permit, and it's just this like, get on to doing it. If you can pass it, I can pass it. You know that kind of person. Or the people where it's like, you have a wife, or you have a husband, or you have a fiance. What? Oh, you have a boyfriend? What? Okay, if you people can find someone, I can find someone. Like that kind of thing. So yeah, yeah. So like, just go do something. Go do an adventure. I kind of understand like Yeah, so sorry. Cause I kind of that's wonderful. No. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing here. Sorry. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of like my. Like I understand people who's like stuff doesn't make me happy, things don't make me happy, experiences doing something makes me happy. But with stuff, obviously, like you can't just do nothing with. I mean, you could. I was just saying, like we experienced, we enjoyed, we loved. Like there are people who did that beforehand, without the things. But nowadays, it's like not possible to. Well, to do some of the things you want. I don't know. So yeah, I don't know what else to talk about. So yeah, like I'm thinking, I always wanted to make a movie, right? Or for a while, I wanted to make a movie, and then I'm like, do I want to though, or do I just want to do something? Or I thought, I guess, do I care? I don't know. I don't know. Just something about it, like I don't care. Not that I don't care, but I don't care. Like I just feel like at like there's certain times I just want to do nothing. You know those times that you just want to do nothing and you just want to, or you want to do so much, but you just want to do them. You don't want to have anybody in your way. You don't want to have to do all these steps and all. You just want to do. Kind of like the whole. I wish I was here because I would love to do this, but I don't want to actually have to do it, or everything in between it. From here to there. Like, well, that's not how that works. Like, yeah, I know that's not how that works. There are other things you have to do. I know that, but like, yeah. Look at all the pictures. Sunday. Okay. I'm just thinking, sorry. So yeah, like just like cool experiences. Like I met, like I posted on my subreddit server, no, Discord server. I met Jeremy Bullich. That's a cool thing. That's a really cool experience. Meeting the guy from Star Wars. He was a really nice guy. He was a really. I did not speak to him for long, and I did not. I was too young to like have a deep, meaningful conversation with the guy. I just like was like, oh, it's so cool. But it was cool. My brother was obsessed with Star Wars. He had these like jumps of Star Wars. Like, I love Star Wars. It's like, oh yeah, Star Wars is great. He never like went down and like, I don't like Star Wars anymore. I don't care for Star Wars anymore. No, but and he's like, and then he did another jump of Star Wars, right? Again, maybe 10 years later from that. Nah, maybe 7 years later. Anyway, because his best friend loved Star Wars. Then he stopped, hanging out with his best friend. And then he became best friends with somebody else, and he loved Star Wars. And he was like, oh, they would have loved, the three of them would have loved each other. I have to say that much. The three of them would have loved each other. Although the two of them never met, so. Anyway, what was I saying? Anyway, yeah. That's a cool experience, yeah. I met Jerry Bullish. Now, it would be cool to meet him again, and, like, I talked, but he died, so I was like, oh. I was too young. I didn't, like, appreciate it in the same, like, whatever way, and talk to him, and, like, I would have asked him a bunch of stuff on how he got into things and how he did things. Because the pictures were free, the autographs were $20, I believe. So my brother got 2 things signed, and then my friend got 1 thing, and his friend got 1 thing signed, best friend got 1 thing signed, and my dad didn't do anything. It's weird. My dad didn't even take any pictures with him. I just realized. That's sad. That's sad. It's not... He met him, though. So that was cool. He met him, though. So, but then also, it's like, but is that going to, like, be important? At the end of the day, meeting Jeremy Bullich, also, because of Christian, like, right? Does that, like, bring the whole, like, is that important for this life? No, of course not. Does that, bring more of Jesus into the world? Bring more people closer to Jesus? No, of course not. It's a human thing that I thought was cool because I'm a human, and it's a cool thing to meet people. So, yeah. No. Because I think I was watching Matthias live stream, and he was talking about the fact that, like, God gives you things you enjoy for a reason. Right? So. And he was talking about, and so if you find someone who likes doing that more, let them do it. Like, if it's something you don't like doing, like, let's say, he used the example of mowing the lawn, right? Or like taking care of your lawn. In the grand scheme of things, in God's mighty plan, right? Right? Does it matter if you have your grass mowed? Probably not. Or to spend like X amount of hours, keeping a nice, like, fresh, pruned, whatever lawn? No. Or garden, no, probably not. But also, it's the whole same thing of, like, cleanliness is next to godliness kind of thing, where it's like, yeah, but being clean is good, and being nice and proper, and also stewarding the world, because it does say in in both Genesis. It says also again in Psalms. I think it's somewhere in the like New Testament where it's like, I don't know exactly about the New Testament part, but I know the others do say stuff like, steward the earth. You have to keep the earth well. It's the only place we have. God gave it to us for a reason. He asked us to be stewardesses. But I do like a young adult at my church and young adults at my previous church. At my current church, young adults, we were talking about that one time, and it was just like, we were talking about like that thing because we had done a lecture at like a cafe downtown Montreal, and about like that, somebody came to speak about that, and then they did a follow up on that exact topic, and somebody brought up the point in that discussion, the second discussion that we had at the small group at my young adults. Yeah, but if God knows when the earth's going to end, why are we like worrying about the monotonous, tedious monotony of like, oh well, we gotta make sure everything we do is like going to keep the earth around. Yeah, but God knows when it's going to end. What's the point in like worrying too hard about like, oh, we're not doing this right? Although I think that kind of falls under the problem of like, well, we can cause it to fall prematurely. We can destroy the earth prematurely, or destroy ourselves, or destroy, Well, if God knows, because in that kind of argument, then you could say something like, well, if God knows when you're going to die, what's the point in even like trying to be healthy, or trying to be live long, right? Well, no, that's stupid, right? You wouldn't have the same attitude that way. You wouldn't be like, well, God knows when I'm going to die, so I'm not going to bother doing anything. I'm just going to stay miserable and like whatever, and if I die, I die. Oh well. No, there's a little bit of give and take. Like, you have to do some things. God will take you when he wants you, but like, when it's your time to leave. But, stay a little healthy, stay whatever, just do what God wants you to do, and you'll be fine. So, anyway. Don't worry about too much, like the thing in Matthew which says, the birds of the air, don't worry about where they're getting their food or where they're going to sleep tonight. So why are you worrying super hard about like, oh, but where am I? How do I? I don't know if I'm going to. No, you'll be fine. You believe in me, and you follow me, and I will, I'll provide for you. It'll be fine. Provide everything you need. Well, yes. So yeah. So yeah, that's like the thing. So yeah. What was I just saying? Saying something about. Oh yeah, if you had the same like attitude towards it, you'd be like, well, no, that's stupid. You wouldn't have that. So it does say steward the earth, keep the earth. That's our like job. Somebody was saying how like. Well, also I was listening to someone on, I think it was a Catholic. I don't even know if he was a priest or anything like high rank like that. I just remember him, he was a Catholic guy, and he was talking about how like, this was on CBC radio, and it was kind of talking about like how that's like the most important thing as a Christian, like keeping like stewarding the earth, like keeping the earth well, because without the earth, there's nobody here to tell you, like nobody here to tell if the earth doesn't exist and all that. Like, I thought to myself, yeah, but then why does it say the most important things are love? Is love? Why is it love the most important stuff? If you don't have love, there's no point. None of this matters. So I guess it's get your love right first, and then have all the other things. Maybe I'm not a theologian, so I've never looked into this very hard, which is probably a bad thing because if I want to call myself a Christian, I should know a little bit more about this kind of stuff. But suffice it to say, I'm just saying, like, well, why is love more important? I guess if you get the love down, then you go to the next step. I guess, yeah. Step 2, not necessarily like, this is the most important thing and doesn't matter, nothing else matters really. No, it's more like this, and then make sure you do this after you've gotten that, that perfect, and then go do this, because you've gotten that perfect, and do this, because you got that perfect, and do this, you know? There's like different things, I don't know. Yeah. So, yeah. So, yeah, I was just kind of contemplating what matters in life. And I'm coming to the conclusion. Things, not so much. Stuff, not so much. I don't care. Maybe that's just me right now. Because, again, I do these ups and downs of, like I get really deeply philosophical about myself. What am I doing? Why am I here? Why am I sad? What's going on, right? And then I go with like, nah, I don't care, and I'm happy again with things and experience and people and whatever, you know, doing stuff, whatever. I do it a lot. No, I don't need any of this. No, I want to, and it's like, no, think about it reasonably, dude. It's not smart to just get rid of everything and walk to your, because I know people who've tried that and do things like that. And I mean, he had a good experience, the person who just like gave up everything and just went walking and meeting people and seeing people. So, I'm just saying, like, it worked for him. I think everyone's big problem was they were thinking too humanistically of like, I know, I mean, my hand's in the way, just like playing with this like one case screw. I unscrewed. This is the second time I'm unscrewing it. Why? Because I'm like playing around with it. I don't know why. Like I want to put it down and then anyway. Because I think everyone's problem with it was, dude, the humanistic way of like, whoa, what happens if? How are you going to do this, or how are you going to do that, or what happens if this, or what if someone pulls a gun out on you? What if you get mugged? What if you get robbed? What if they rape you? What if, you know, you get beaten? You know, what, all these little things, or what if you can't be in there? What if they don't let you back into the country? You know, all these things, and he was thinking of it more like, look, I feel like that's what God wants me to do, or what I should do. And there's one viewer. I wonder who that one viewer is. If there's somebody here, I don't know. Nope, 0 viewers. Interesting. Anyway, he was thinking more like, no, God's gonna provide. I'll be fine. I'm doing what I think I should be doing. God's gonna provide. Don't worry. I'll be fine. I trust in God. It'll be good. I'm like, yeah, okay. But God also wants you to be smart. You know, He gave you a brain for a reason. Because my pastor says that sometimes too. He's like, God gave you a brain for a reason. You didn't just, you know, we're 100% gonna never think anything of anything in the world. Don't think about anything. Just always wait for God to give you some magical, mystical answer to every question ever, and that's it. No. He gave you a brain to be wise for a reason. To learn to be wise for, you know, a reason. You didn't just randomly do it just to be alive. You know? Well, no, because the thing was, about 5 years prior, 5-6 years prior, I had a friend who wanted to do the exact same thing, which was walk across Canada. The guy who did it walked across America, but walked across Canada, right? So the other friend wanted to walk across Canada, but realized, oh, that's not a great idea, or it's not going to work, right? Well, his problem was financial. That was the thing. He said, like, I said that, you know, this guy tried it before, because he knows the guy. I'm like, and he went, no, it's financial. Yet he went with no money, so I don't get that. He went with literally no money. He just went walking across America with no money, and he just wanted to like experience things. Like, he got a great experience. That's probably something great to tell your kids. We were just thinking of him like logically, because also he says this. He's a spur of the moment kind of person where he just lets everything fly, and he says a lot. It blows up in his face a lot. No, look, I'm not judging the guy like, oh, you're a bad person, or you're stupid. You should be thinking better. You should be doing. No, I'm not gonna judge the person. I'm just saying, like, and maybe we have to be a little bit more like that as humans, you know? Do things just because. Or do things, right, and just be like, God's gonna provide. I'll be fine. I'll go meet people. I'll go see people. And ask God, okay, where do you want me to go? What do you want me to do? How do you want me to do it? And I'll do it, right? Maybe we have to more of that rather than just like, well, I don't want to. I don't like to. It's not super safe. I don't have my like perfect setup of how to do it, so it's easy and whatever, easy and safe. No, stop. Sometimes I think humans should stop that like idea. At least as if we're Christian humans, we should think of it that way. Like God will provide for us, so it's fine. Just go, and it'll be good. You're going where God wants you. If you're hearing God and listening to God, you know that He wants you to go here and do this thing. So just go there and do that. There's a reason. His masterful plan is bigger than your whatever. So. So yeah. I have no idea what to do else. I've been here for an hour and 6 minutes. God! I don't know what I'm doing with my life. So yeah. I don't know. I think I'll be okay. I'm just like really contemplating and not hurting, but like just like thinking, what am I? So yeah. Yeah, so I'll be fine, don't worry. Also, I'll be back to doing videos, making video games, doing video game stuff. I'll be okay. I just think sometimes you hit that point in your life. I think everybody does. I think almost everybody does. What am I? Well, at least in like the Western world, we all hit this like, because Matthias had that same like thinking of like, he hit this point where he's like, I'm making lots of money. I have a nice car. I have a nice house. I have a family. But I feel empty. And that's where he like came to Jesus. He's like, no, I need God. Because I think his brother was Christian. His family was Christian, I know that. But he wasn't exactly crazy big and all that. But he like realized. Yeah. Well, I need stuff, or I need Jesus, so maybe I need more of Jesus, I don't know. But I think we all hit that, like, yeah, because, like, I'm looking at the pictures that are on my, because I'm using slideshows on my, oh, from the Clone Wars. Oh, I didn't even know that. There's like oh, wow. There's somebody from the Clone Wars. Oh, that's cool. Anyway, sorry, start with Clone Wars. Sorry, I didn't even know that. Although a lot of people didn't like the Clone Wars, and then they come back now and say it's a good show. Anyway, but I'm looking at the pictures because I'm using the slideshows on Windows. I'm using a bunch of pictures that I have, old pictures I have, and I'm looking at things like cars that I used to like really love, and like I just don't care. Old cars, I love to look at old cars. Maybe it was because my best friend. Maybe it was, you know what it might have been? It might have been that my best friend loved cars. And I wanted to keep a best friend because I didn't have very many friends, and I was just like, I'll just like whatever you like. The same way, like I want someone to do something with, so I'll just not pretend, because I did like some of it, but like fake it a little, where it's like fake the amount of love that I have for something, because I never knew a lot about it, and I never like came to it on my own. I don't think, and I've said this before. Did I like anything on my own? Did I find anything that I liked that was just me? That was my own enjoyment or something? No. Well, maybe not. I don't think so. And as I grow older, I'm like, I have to detach myself from everybody else who likes things, because like I'm my own human being. So I got to figure out what I like. It's not what somebody else likes to make them feel, or to make myself feel, oh, well, I'm going to I'm going to fake it so I can be friends with you. I don't even care if I hate it. I'll just do it because like I want to be friends with you. Or if I have a friend with you, I'll just find out what you like and just be really amazed, like perfect, not perfect at it, but like I'll just like get into it so that we can be friends. Like I'll fake it, right? The things in common, like, oh, we'll just make, no, not that anymore. I have to like figure out what is my. Also, I have to be okay with not having something in common with like everybody. That was another thing, or faking or just faking it and like being like, well, I'm just whatever. Which I mean, yeah. Although that is one thing that you have to kind of think about if you're gonna have like a partner, like a wife, a husband or a wife. I think like you have to have something in common with the person. You have to have something in common with the person. Anyway, you have to have something in common with the person. Like you have to have the values that are common core values. Oh hi. I'm not doing anything. I'm just talking about random stuff. I kind of got a little bit deep with this stream, but I mean, we can do anything you want. I don't want to play video games, but other than that, I'll do whatever. And I can go for another hour if you really find something that's really fun to do, cool to do. A website you want me to do, a YouTube video you want me to like see react to. Well, that I don't know if I could do because I gotten strikes for that before on my other channel. So, but things, talk about things or look at things, or I don't know. Either images you want me to go to see or videos you want me to watch or what. And you said hi here, but it's not showing up on YouTube. I see that hello in Streamlabs, but not in YouTube. That's weird. Oh, there you are. I just reset. We either reload the page, refresh the page. Okay. So, how are you doing? I'm kind of like trying to figure out what to do with my life at this point in time. Okay. You know what? I think I'd be okay with a meme compilation. Okay, let's stop this. Let's put this. No, yeah, let's put this over here. Put this over here. No, not that over here. Put this over here. Put this over here. Put this over here. There. I think I'll be okay now. Now I can see that I have this here, and then I have this here. Now let's go and switch this over. Where's my... No, I hate this. I hate this monitor. This monitor is terrible. Pizza. I love... Pizza's good. Pizza's good. I think you get a good pizza, and it's like, oh, it can be so good. If I said my... I'd say my favorite food is either pizza or hamburgers. Just because, like... It's such, like, a... Ugh. I love it. No, not that. It's a studio. What? Is there no studio anymore? What? How do you go to the studio to make it... Oh, that's dumb. This? I guess not. Where you can do something before it ends? I don't know. Pizza's great. Pizza's great. Although, I've had some of the worst pizza ever. Just 100... Like... Oh, there it is. There you go. Haha, I found it. Cool. Just some of the worst pizza absolutely in the world. Like disgusting pizza. I don't know what it was. It was like a spice they put on it, or maybe the sauce. Because that's the thing. You can have like actually nasty sauce for pizza. It's like horrible. Where is it? So yeah, like it's actually... Where's the button you click? Oh, there. Good. Yeah, you get people like... Because that's the thing. I got crapped over for doing whatever, right? But then... But then someone like Ludwig could do the same kind of thing where they're reviewing the same kind of stuff or watching something. Or they'll have like full-on like music from a video game. And you're like, what? And then someone else can get crapped for having that music. I don't know. perfect. And then this fat one's just gonna like, nope. Yeah. Wow, that's full. That's very full. Ah, dang. Nothing. There's nothing in. Haha. What YouTube happens when you're really big? Yeah. Oh, okay. No. I always forget how to fix. What's this guy doing? Is he trying to crack the glass? There's not enough video. Really? I don't get why. Let me look and see what it looks like live. Nah, it's fine. Not buffering too bad. At least not on my end. Maybe it's bad on your end. Oh, I've seen this one. Yeah.
No, you jumped over these double big.
Oh my god, that's... Wow. Did he just smash his iPhone? Wait, we go back. Did he smash his iPhone? Did it fall out of his pocket and smash his iPhone? He did! Or his phone. I don't know if it's his iPhone necessarily. But his phone. Okay.
Oh, that audio.
Whoa. Some memes are just kind of like of the times, and you're like, that joke is not a joke anymore. Which is weird, because it's like, do jokes die? Oh, computers. Whoa, you just smashed the computer down there, wow. Or he smashed the cooler onto the computer, wow.
Do the zombie scream.
Wow, why? And then you got videos like this. Why? What is this? Okay, this reminds me of of one time at my youth group where my brother, where somebody said, because we had watched I Like Trains, if you know that from ASDF, right? I Like Trains, the song, right? And this girl goes, I think I've said this before, told the story before, but it's like, this girl goes, why? Why is this a thing? Why does this exist? And my brother just goes, he responds with the perfect thing, goes, it's the internet. It's the internet. And I just went, why is this a video? It's the internet. It doesn't have to make sense. It's like the thing in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the second Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, or the remake of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with Johnny Depp, where Mike TV goes, Candy is a waste of time, or kind of just none of this makes any sense. What's going on? And then Charlie goes, Candy doesn't have to make sense. Candy can just be candy. You know, it doesn't have to make sense. Raccoon. Look at that crazy thing. I've done something like that where I've like, yeah, that's what my brother was like. It's the internet. Like that's just the internet. What do you want from the internet? It's just the internet, right? It doesn't have to make sense. It's the internet. You can use it for the greatest. Anyway, I've done something like that where I was at my camp and we do a game called Mission Impossible where the kids have to get from one end to the other and they have a jewel and they have to get that jewel and you have to see how many jewels you can get over. But the counselors can tag you because they have lights and they have flashlights and they can catch you, right? Yeah, good ones, yeah. And so I hung up from like the ceiling of one of the buildings like that, like the rafters of a building with a flashlight, just like, I didn't actually end up getting any children because nobody came through that way, but anyway. Yeah. And then I also said to one of my friends once, I said, because I was sitting at the same camp, and they walked into their room, or walking into the room, and I said to the guy, the internet is one of the best and worst inventions humanity's ever made. And then he looked at me like, well, there's bombs, there's, poisons, there's nukes, yeah, there's bombs, there's poisons, there's all these other things, and I'm like, but you agree with me, right? The internet is one of the best and worst inventions people have ever made. Humans have ever made. And he kind of looked at me like, yeah, but there's also worse things: guns, bombs, poison, torture devices, as the worst. And then the best inventions. I don't know. But yeah. What a weird thing. What a strange, strange thing. Oh, that was water! Wait, I didn't even know. That was a fountain? Yeah, it was. Wow. Look at that chipmunk. Holy crow. Yeah, there's sometimes where you just have to do random things that just make no sense. Yeah, sometimes in life. That's all he had in his chest. He just had, He just had, what's it called? Wow. He just had, what's it called? Oh my gosh. He just had, torches.
Oh my god, there's no way I choked that. Fuck!
That's bullshit.
Holy!
Wait, what was that?
Oh my god, there's no way I choked that. Fuck!
That's bullshit.
Holy!
He thought what? I'm gonna read it again. No, go back. He thought he was home alone, okay. Yeah. That was like over 1,000 sticks of torches. Yeah, oh, there was a lot of torches. A heck of a lot of torches. That's not gonna fit, is it? Or it's gonna fit perfectly. Oh, I see. That fish. What was? Aww. That's not how you play badminton, is it? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's a strategy, badminton.
Hey, push off, bucko, push off, bucko, push off, bucko. What you get, bro?
Oh.
Say hey to my girl. Hey, girl.
Look at this. I'm taking a piss. I can literally see over the. You want to come in?
Well, you're tall. Okay, that's a thing that people do complain about. The stalls in like North America versus the stalls in somewhere like Europe, where like it's a full door, it's closed, it's very private. And in America, there's a gap that's like an inch wide, and it's got a bottom portion that now the bottom portion is supposed to be like, oh well, you know that someone's in there. It's like, but why? The door's closed. Open the door and be done with. I don't know. Or look, or knock, or pull. I mean, he does kind of look like a monk. Or a she. I mean, wow. What was that all about? That ice? Yeah, it was ice. Okay, what's this?
A microwave broke as shit. Watch this. They go from 100 to 59. What the fuck?
Yeah, 159. Yeah, 1 minute to 59 seconds. That makes sense to me. Yeah! Because there's a whole subreddit called Kids Falling Down. And you just watch kids falling down, and it's hilarious. It's like the Go Black kid. Let me look him up real quick. The Go Black girl is funny. Go. Black. Is it Go Black? Is it spelled like that? Go Black girl? No, the girl. They're like the meme. Go Black. Dog. Go Black dog. That one. This one. It's still kind of like amusing to me. But that looked like it horror and like caused problems. Wait, is that the? look at some. Oh, Charlie Unicorn's funny. I like Charlie Unicorn. It's good stuff. That reminds me of that. And then there's so many like iconic people here. Like I like his reviews. This guy. I like Jarvis Johnson. I like Dank Pods. I like memes. I like Mind Sectors. Oh wait, go back to this. Oh, 100%. That was like pain. Is she okay? Probably. Whoa, I've done something like that. I've caught balls. Not like that specifically. I caught it in my hands in dodgeball. I caught the ball, you know, in the. Oh, it depends. Sometimes they'll play it where, like, sometimes they'll play versions where if you catch the ball, you're out. And other times, that you're not out if you catch the ball. No, sorry, wait. Yeah. But I think every time you catch a ball and someone's back in, that's how that works. You're not always out if you catch a ball. Like, the person's not always out if you catch their ball, but they come in. Yeah, okay. I'm just trying to remember for myself. Like, what? 'Cause I'm thinking like it's like it's not really. I was gonna say it's like Capture the Flag, where there's a lot of Capture the Flag, different rules. Like everyone's making up the rules as they go along. Apparently, an aardvark and an anteater are two different things. They're not the same thing. Holy moly. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, is that, what's it called? What are you doing? What? See? That's exactly the definition of like, that's exactly the perfect representation of. It works! Yay, that works. YouTube.com/ yay. Really? Wait, does this work? Let me just click it. It does work! Nice. Awesome. I do have like my own personal link now. Nice. Anyway, what were they saying? Yeah, this is the perfect representation of what's the point of this? And it's like, that's the internet. It's such a good representation of the internet. He just did that. Did it have to mean anything? Yeah, he was making a thing, but like, was that a good thing to do that? No. Like also this, maybe it says something here that I don't understand. Like, what's the point of that? There is no point. I mean, yeah, he was trying to make a case, but was he... But he didn't do it properly. I don't know. At least there was a little bit of a point. He wanted a case. Oh, wow. His gun exploded. Oh. What was that about? Yeah, gun exploded, yeah. Oh! What happened there? Look at her. Look at the cat's eyes. It's like, oh my god!
I want to speak to your sergeant. I'm going to file a complaint, man. They put you in a sneaker. They got you patrolling in a sneaker, yo.
That is a tiny car. There are a lot of those small cars, though. Europe makes a lot of those small cars. Things like, smart cars are all like, yeah. Wow! Look at that dog! Holy moly. My dog didn't do anything. My dog just lazed around and did nothing for most of her life. Which is what I feel like a lot of dogs are. Or if you don't train your dog, or you don't... I don't know. You don't get your dog excited for things. Your dog doesn't care. Yeah! I've done that before. I've accidentally gotten out of something of like a presentation thing on a screen at a museum. I was like, oh, shoot, how do I get back to this? I'm like, uh-oh. And I just kind of left it there. Because, like, well, they'll figure it out. Yeah.
No, I thought
Because that's exactly where you sell one of those like, you know those, like, cheap computers? They're awful for anything but, like, a kiosk. They're, like, terrible for anything but, like, either a kiosk of, like, or, like a movie ticket machine, or, like, a thing at an airport, or terminal at an airport, or, like a museum. Where it's going to just show you one thing and that's it. Like, it's low end. Oh, yoy! Wow. Moose! Okay, moose are massive. If you've never seen them, I haven't seen a moose in real life, but I've seen, like, videos. They're actually humongous. They're huge. They're like horses. Horses can be huge. massive in comparison to other animals and like what we think. Oh no! Yikes! I didn't know that was even possible. I know they shed their. Well, I know they shed their horn, so maybe that's why. Maybe that's what it is. Oh no! The cat's gonna fall on its feet, so it's fine. What is it doing? Like pull-ups? Oh, that's insane. He's gonna try and catch things on it, right? Nope. Crash, right? Yep. I figured as much. We overestimate what our capabilities a lot of times as humans. We think we can do so much more than we can, and then it's like, no. Also, asking for help is not a bad thing, so just do that in life sometimes. Ask for help.
First ice cream of the new year.
Oh, yes, I've heard of this. Well, I know they shed antlers near the winter months. Male moose / reindeer / deer, they shed their antlers. Actually, I don't know about moose. Do moose shed their antlers? Let me look this up. I don't know how to spell moose. Oh no, I don't spell moose. What am I talking about? Shed antlers. There you go. Shed antlers. Shed their antlers. Do moose shed their antlers? Bull moose have antlers that can grow up to 6 feet wide. Antlers consist of, blah, blah, blah. TLDR, too long, didn't read. Moose and other animals belong to the Cervidae family. Yeah, it's like an actual thing. You, like, wipe your hands with it, and then you're supposed to lick off your hands. It's so bizarre. The things that rich people will pay for. The stupid things rich people will pay too much money to do. It's, like, ridiculous. Or to have, or to... it's just dumb. And their antlers, and they shed their antlers because of the level of testosterone in their bloodstream at the end of the breeding season. So yes, they do. At least it seems like they do. Okay. Cool. I know. Well, I guess you wash your hands. I don't know. That's the other thing, too. In life, right? Just think about it, right? We never question... There's two things that I always thought were weird. Because as a kid... Right? I was a little bit... clean freak. A little bit of a clean freak. I wasn't crazy... But I was a little bit of a clean freak. In certain ways. In other ways, it wasn't. Because there was weird things like this, okay? I would want to wash my hands for certain things. I want to do this. I want to clean this. I don't want to clean that. But then I'd go to the bathroom, wipe my butt, and never wash my hands. So. And then lick the finger that I wiped my butt with. So that's sanitary. But there's two things that I always found weird. Because as a kid, right, I was like, okay. I would wash the top of a can. Every time I'd use a can, I'd wipe the top of a can. I'd wash it with some water. I'd be like, no, top of any kind of can. You don't know where it's been. You know what's on it. Yeah, we'll just wash it off. A. And B, I'd wash my hands for everything. Or wash your hands quite frequently. So, like, there's two things. Like, how do you not wash the top of a can when you open it? You just randomly open things. That's weird to me. And the other one is, we don't know where people's hands have been. How do we know that that person's hand hasn't been in some toxic stuff that will give you disease or something? I don't know. I'm just saying. How do we know the person didn't wipe, pick their butt or, like, lick their hand or sneeze all over it or go and touch something disgusting, right? How do we know that? And we're just okay with shaking hands or we're okay with doing this. I don't know. Just in my opinion. It's weird that way. Don't! I've seen this. Yes. Why? Like, everyone's depression meal for about 3 years. I feel like, yeah, that's true. I feel like it's true. A lot of people, comfort food is like pasta. You know? Wait, me licking my hand when I... Yeah, probably. Like that video! It was 10 seconds of just a hot dog! Or it's like, whatever, 3 seconds of just a hot dog. What the heck?
For the these kids calling you at the pool?
Fat boy almost like other kids, then shirt kept on.
Head, fatso, bar butt, belly the whale.
Porky, hog, fat ass, double wide, butterball, those sorts of things, right?
I love how he just was like, whoa. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's weird. Oh man, he just keeps going like, yeah. Whatever. Hey. It's safe. At home. Get it? Whoa. Anyways, it's getting late. Good night. New compilations every Monday. How long have I been going for? Good lord. I don't know how long I'm going for. An hour and a half. I don't really want to go for another half hour, but I might. At 2 o'clock I'll leave, so. Yeah. I mean, compilations, memes, vines. Yeah, because it also reminds me of, like, the reaction channel stuff where, because Linus was talking about how reaction channels, like, because there's a difference, you know, on the WAN show, and it was like, reaction channels are kind of weird that way, because, like, they're either, like, I don't know, there's a right way to do reaction channels, he says, and the way he thinks of it is, like, you have to have it transformative enough, or you have to do, like, what somewhere like, what are those guys called? Corridor Digital, I think it's Corridor Digital? Was it them? They bring on an expert for something. They'll bring on some sort of expert and be like, let's react to this thing. Or they'll do, or the, who was it? Not GQ. Oh. Tony Hawk. What is the one? It's like, no. This one. It is by GQ Sports. Okay. I was right. It was GQ. Anyway, where they'll bring up an expert on and be like, this guy breaking down the most iconic roles. Or they'll do the thing where, like, doctors reacting to roles in movies or like, something like, accidents in movies or, like, Dr. Mike reviewed, like, the Home Alone movies. Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2. You know? So. Yeah. So that's how you get around that. So I was just about to say, I'm like, I could do, like, a reaction, but, like, no, you can't, because it's not right. It doesn't work that way. Because their way of saying it was right was either that, or you get permission from the person you want to review the video about. Because everybody always brings up the, whoa, what's up? Right. They bring up the, like, yeah, fighting game movie. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That kind of stuff. But he was saying, like, no, what were they gonna say? Get around it. He like, yep. So yeah. Interesting. What was I saying? Yeah, like reaction channels, like you have to get permission from the person, like, cause he was saying everybody always brings up the point of like Ethan from what's that called? Ethan from H3H3, where he went to court. He went to court and he won his court case, but on fair use. But Linus brought up the whole thing of like, yeah, but that's on a case by case basis. That's on a. You have to look and see if your case falls under fair use. It's not like he won something so that this is a definition of fair use. It's also based on the judge. It's not like a fully hardcore, like, legal defense for anything. Like, oh, I did that? Well, it was fair use. And here's the definition of fair use. No, it's based case-by-case basis, and it depends on the judge. So that's why reaction channels are weird. Although, if you don't have a reaction channel at this point, what are you doing with your life? Is what Linus said. And I don't really agree with him, because you can do other things than react, but yeah. But, like, your people, your audience, wants to know, right? Wants to know what you think of said thing. So, yeah, I guess having a reaction channel. So, I don't know. He has like the classic Vines everywhere. Also, that's the thing too though with Vines though. People miss Vine. People really want Vine to come back, but I think that's kind of what TikTok is. Although Elon Musk could make a much better like platform of Vine, make Vine a better thing, right? Vines we'll never forget, yeah.
Try and pull me over now, cop!
Hi, and this is my impression of when Shakira goes to wash her hands with the water too hot.
Wait, what? That when Shakira tries to go
Goes to wash her hands with the water too hot.
wash it off.
I'm on tonight, you know my hips don't lie, and I'm starting to feel it's right. All the attraction.
Good evening.
Yes.
Here, speak to us.
Just the city, but the city.
Yeah, keep on.
Good evening. You are here, speak to us.
You want to hear speak to us? Okay.
Just the city, boy. Born and raised in.
Like it's right?
Como el agua del río, oh, caliente.
Save my life. It's what I do. What's your name? My name's Evan. Evan Essence.
Evanescence. Uh-huh. Wow. Or people could dance to him.
Oh no, I hope I don't fall.
Oh, that's Tyler the Creator. Also, you know what I learned from a clip from his podcast? You know I don't know if we're gonna get to this Vine. Let me see if we can if it's around here. Let me see if I can around here. I don't know. The one where it says 2 bros chilling in a hot tub 5 feet apart because they're not gay. That one? That was done by Anthony Padillo from Smosh. I was like, wow, you did that. Oh wow.
Party time.
Oh, this guy! I love. There's 2 people I really like from Vines. What is this guy's name? Oh my gosh, I blanked on this guy's name. I'm completely blanking.
Hey, everybody, clap your hands.
What was his name? I knew. You knew? You knew that? I did not. I was like, wow, that's cool. Anyway, or it's interesting at least. It's just a fun fact, I guess. I don't know. Oh wow, you made that fine. Okay. What's that guy's name? His name is oh my gosh, this guy. Timothy Thomas. Thomas Sanders. That's it.
Your hands.
Yeah, Thomas Sanders. And then the guy I like is Zach King. I bought his book from. My problem is I'll never read books. I'm not a book reader. I'm not saying that's a horrible thing, but like, come on, I'm not a book reader. Come on. But like, I'm just never going to read them. I buy books thinking I'm going to read them. That's my other thing. I buy books thinking I'm going to read them, and I never read them. There's one guy I really like who does skits. I don't know if he did Vines or just does a TikTok. His name is Caleb City. Okay, I might look at him one day.
You know, the sky changes color based on how I'm feeling. The sky's basically blue every day.
Exactly. You got this, Travis. Make him wait for it. Boom.
Sometimes you get knocked down and you don't know if you can get back up again.
Yep.
And sometimes you go to Cracker Barrel.
Objection, Your Honor.
It's like you think it was going somewhere, and then it just does a random thing at the end. Where like and that's a joke. It's like the. You feel like sometimes you need that though, because you feel like, oh, I just wasted my life. You're like because you do this. Sometimes there's jokes where it's like it goes on forever, like it's a really long joke and then just has no real punchline. Like what? Or the payoff.
Overruled. Oh, are you sleeping in here? Hey, I think he's sleeping in here. It says hot boy. Hot boy. Hot boy. Hot boy. Hot boy.
Okay, it's the ruler, nightmare cougar.
I always wanted those.
Your root
I wanted those so badly as a child at a certain point. I was like, that's so cool. I want them. Those are cool. But they were always expensive. Or they were kind of impractical too. Because there wasn't enough places you could use them in. At least not where I was. So my problem, because a lot of places were too carpeted and they just didn't work very well and they would catch on the carpet and you just wouldn't have enough. And I just didn't care. And they were like slightly more expensive, or because they were impractical, there was no point to getting them over like regular shoes. I had light up shoes as a kid. Oh, I did that. But I didn't actually have like these. But I knew people who had them and it was like, that's so cool. I love. And then I was like, I'm never going to use this. I had versions of this that we strapped onto your shoes. I never used them. So I was just never, no. Hercus. What? Those were Heelys. Those things were awesome. Or at least everybody thought they were cool. Heelys, yep, they're Heelys. They were like, yeah, autocorrect sometimes is terrible. It wants to autocorrect my to, like T-O, on my phone to yo. It's like, what? And I've sent things with yo. Yo, yo, yo. I'm like, why? Because what? I've changed to yo enough times. When did I ever do that? I don't know. It's just ridiculous that way. Oh, this one.
Stoita, no matter how fast he ran, he could not escape the demon, but he would not let his soul be taken today.
I don't need a degree to be
Yeah. I wonder what it says.
I don't need a degree to be a clothing hanger.
Wow, okay. Which is true. You love it. Wasn't that a thing at one point? Throwing a slice of cheese on people? What was a thing that happened a couple of years ago? Wow. Yep. I think it's because I had the Lithuanian keyboard turned on, so it was autocorrecting to Lithuanian words. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. Although, autocorrect is dumb. Autocorrect is just dumb. You want a good autocorrect? Yeah, somewhere around there. It was throwing... Maybe 2019 even. Anyway. But the cheese thing, yeah. But, there was, what were they saying? There was, no, what was I just gonna say? Yeah, there's a video by Tobuscus where, where he's like, he makes a point, he goes, I want to go to Togo. But his autocorrect is, I want to I want to what? That guy's crazy. I know those kind of fine spinners.
I don't even know which way the Quiznos is.
Challenge time. Yo, Lance, you think I get
Hey, that's Tobuscus apparently had sexual allegations against him, so he was also a very inappropriate person. Apparently at parties, like people were like knew him at parties, and he had sexual advances, so he had a controversy of himself. He tried to come back like 2019, and everybody was just kind of like, "Oh, it's Tobuscus, hey, cool," and then just never cared about him again. Like, "Oh, Tobuscus, he's a great. Oh, I love Tobuscus. I remember you doing stuff," and then it was just like, I don't really care. I don't give a hoot.
Egg in that jar without it cracking? No. Guess you were right.
Yeah, to a certain extent.
Sleep! I don't know about sleep. It's summertime. Oh, she called me.
This one, yes.
Do I look?
What?
Need all these foot straps.
Wait, I'm... Oh, just... Oh, is this supposed to be like some sort of like Grow Jesus? There actually is one of those things. I don't know if you ever used those toys where you pour them in water and they like expand. They used to have them for there were two different versions. There was like the medium versions like this, and then there were the foam ones where they were in like pill form. I'm gonna see if I can find one. Grow Nah, not Dro. Grow pills. Jesus soup. Wow, well then. Grow pills. Not those kind of grow pills. Kids grow pills? Maybe. Kids grow pills? Not those kind of grow pills. This is what I'm talking about. Capsules. These things. Yeah, I had dinosaur ones too. They had like zoo animals, and I never like really liked them. I kind of did, but I would always be like, the point of this is what? No offense. Cause I like be like, okay, now what? Okay, cool. So yeah, that kind of that just reminds me of that. Yeah, those things. Yeah. Oh, not this.
Bet you I can eat all these foot straps.
No, Megan.
Sapper gives you all your daily nutrients, like 0 grams of trans fat, and oh my god, cholesterol.
And oh my god, cholesterol.
Like 0 grams of trans fat, and oh my god, cholesterol.
Scientists have hacked photosynthesis, and it could help them speed up food production. I'm in. Photosynthesis hacked. Ah, flashing. No, we're skipping that. Sorry. Wow, come on. I don't want to flash. Wait, what? Did she just have the same... Aaron Chewing is watching you poop. I don't know the joke. I don't get the joke here. Oh, it's only 101. Ah, you get it now. Yep.
Cow says moo.
Yep.
Butterfly don't say nothing. Pig says you have the right to remain silent.
Wow! Wow! We just called a cop a pig. Wow. Wow.
Croissant.
Chicken Little. You're beating up Chicken Little.
Hi, I'm attorney Doug. Have you or a loved one been injured in an accident? Sucks to be you, I guess.
Wow. Okay. Blanket. Blanket comes up. Who else does this? Blanket comes up, then they wrap the blanket or under their legs. Yep.
I do that.
Relatable. Hashtag relatable. Wow, that's actually impressive. That was actually impressive.
Yeah, go ahead, go there.
The cat. Oh, I love this one.
Thank God.
I knew a kid at my summer camp who sounded exactly like this guy. Exactly. Right.
Why are you running?
This kid.
Why are you running?
He sounded exactly like that guy.
Hey, Aaron,
Oh, that's Game Grumps.
let's play football. But Dan, I don't know how to play football.
To talk to a customer, please press 1.
It's too hard to sleep. I got the sheets on the floor.
Ow. How much longer do I have? I have like 5 minutes. I don't have enough to watch another meme. Or I only want to be on for another 5 minutes, so. That's about right. I can see that. Nothing will ever be the same as Divine Energy. Yeah. If Vine didn't die when it did, there would be a golden age of Vine, but they killed it, so now the golden age is all of Vine. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, that's Bo Burnham. Could be. House says moo. The butterfly doesn't say anything. The pig says. Wow. I still can't see why we ditched this for TikTok. TikTok is a bad place to be. Don't go on TikTok. Also, someone tried to log into my GitHub account. Ooh. Someone tried to hack your GitHub account. Oh, interesting. That's never good. To hack any account because, you know, that's bad. Especially if you use your email to get into your something like that. Because somebody was saying how, like, oh, it's not bad if they get into my whatever account. No, but if they get into that account, they can then get into every other account because they know your email. And then they probably can hack in because you probably use same or similar passwords for everything. And so, bam, you're in. They're into your emails. And then if they get into your emails, that's it. They've changed everything and they've got it all and they've hacked you. So. That's not good. GitHub. I don't have a GitHub account, so I don't know. I just don't have a GitHub account. I don't know. But yeah, that sounds like a bad thing. Also, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 minutes. I googled the IP and all comments said that most people with that IP just spam stuff. Oh, okay. Really? Like it's a common IP to. Maybe. Sounds like that's what you've concluded. Yeah. Yeah. I remember those like Bluetooth eras. Because I'm watching something here and then they just brought up Bluetooth. And I'm like, wow. You know, like, Bluetooth was such a weird thing. We just don't use it anymore. It's weird. It's a practical thing to a certain extent. If you had a Bluetooth device so you could, like, use it in the car or something. I guess it's the whole fact of, like, we've just come to the, like, realization that, like, using your phone in the car is not a thing anymore. Or you can connect to your car, so there's no point in having a Bluetooth device. I don't know. Bluetooth devices have just kind of died. And they just kind of, like, naturally just nobody cares anymore. It wasn't like they were a bad idea. It wasn't that, like, oh, someone came up with a better idea. Really? It was just kind of like, oh, they're just dead. I don't remember what country city it's from, but I think it was somewhere in the far east of Russia. Makes sense. Far east of Russia. Oh. Not the west of Russia. Okay. No! Sorry. That's makes sense. I was going to say, a lot of countries usually have a lot of people in the... I don't know why, but the west of a country is usually not as densely populated as the east of a country. Is it because that is, like, closer to... I don't know. Is that because it's closer to, like, it's colder and more inhabitable on the east side? Or hotter. You know, if you're talking, like, Australia or something. I don't know. Or China. Yeah, somewhere in Eastern Europe, some country there. Or, oh, below Russia could be Asia, too. It doesn't matter where it's from. But yeah, what am I saying? Yeah, so. I wonder why that's a thing. Why most people live in, like, the east of a country. And why is every capital building, or capital of every country in the east? Like, right in the east. I wonder why. I wonder why. The capital of every country I can think of is all in the east. Well, except, actually, you know what? Except Italy. I can think Italy is in the west. Rome is in the west. So the capital of Italy is Rome, and that's in the west. So, you know, maybe my argument doesn't work. But a lot of them are in the east. You know, Moscow's in the east. Beijing's in the east. Or Hong Kong. No, Beijing, I think. Beijing. Anyway, Ottawa's in the east. DC's in the east. London's in the southeast. You know what, though? Paris is somewhere in the middle, so you know what? Yeah, maybe it's not every country. I think Madrid is in... Madrid in the east, or what? Madrid. Spain map. I just want to see where it is. Yeah, see? Or it's somewhere in the middle. Okay, fine, never mind. I think Madrid's the capital of Spain anyway. Maybe it's not. Oh, is it in the west? Is it in the west? No, Russia. Oh, it is in the west. Never mind. Never mind. I'm stupid. Wait a sec, then. Am I just talking to my butt? Because look, there's Moscow. A lot of it's probably here, actually. What am I saying? The east of the country has not a lot. Never mind. Never mind. I'm stupid. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. But a lot of them are in the west. Most countries have a lot of things in the west. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for now, guys. I gotta go do other things in my life. I don't have all day to just spend here wasting my time. I'm not wasting my time because I'm like, I enjoy this to a certain extent. Today I wasn't really feeling it, but I kind of pushed forward because I was like, I want to do something with it. I want to do something other than this. But yeah, other than video games. But yeah, so yeah, it's gonna be fine. But like, so yeah, I think that's gonna be it though. For now, guys. So, adios, mi amigos. No problem. You like your streams? I wanted to stream that with more just nothing. Like more just, let's just whatever talk. And if you watched the first half that you weren't here, I talked deeply about deep things, so. Anyway, it was deep. So. Bye-bye. Bye.